Hello everyone, we are upstate this weekend. So this is the location that we got married last year, and what I really wanted to show you guys is the flowers that are actually coming back from the ones that I planted last year in the spring. This is still March in here, so it's very cold. It's the last weekend of March, and I was very surprised to come here and see some new growth coming up. So this is a feverfew, so you can see that it still has the dead flowers from last year, so easy kind of to identify. And then this is how the leaves look like. I have feverfew growing in my New York City garden, so I'm familiar with it, and I did plant this here last year, so I'm super excited to see that some of them are coming back even in the super cold zone 4 garden. And then this is a rudbeckia. It's a Sahara rudbeckia, which I didn't think would be perennial to zone 4. This is zone 4B, and it's growing back. And here's the center stalk, and the seeds for this ones are gone. This one here, I didn't plant this, Dennis' mother did, but it's coming back too. It was already here since 2022. And what else? Another rudbeckia coming back. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. See all these new growth, so cool. We thought we'd still have snow in the ground when we came here. We're kind of surprised to see that everything was already melted, but that's exciting. And here's another feverfew. I don't see any new growth yet, but I can see the dead flowers, so exciting to see some things coming back in this bed. I'd love to have some more wildflower seeds planted in here, maybe on those raised beds below there. Those, they don't really have anything growing back. I brought some over with me just in case, so we'll see. I might lightly rake the beds and throw seeds in there and see what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna have high hopes like I had last year, but this will be flowers that are more adapted to grow in these conditions too, so hopefully they will do a little better. But right now, I'm just going to take a walk and sit by the lake a little bit to relax, and I will share with you guys what we're gonna have for dinner. We already have the griddle pan warming up. We tried to burn some more wood here, hardwood. Made some coals underneath, but I like to have a little bit of a fire when I'm cooking with this griddle too, because I know it helps to stay a little bit hotter. We're going to cook some steak tacos for dinner. Here's what we're gonna use. It's gonna be very simple, just some New York strips, and then I'm gonna caramelize some onions. We have some guacamole ready. We're gonna top it off with some cilantro and some of this hot sauce that I really like. It's a New York local hot sauce. It's delicious. So I'm just going to put the onions in here to caramelize first, because it's gonna take a bit longer than the steak to cook, so I always like to start that first. That way I can also gauge the temperature of the grill, how hot it is, and then I will move on to the steak. And I always try to cook the onions in the hottest spot over here and the steaks here first, so then I can just adjust. So I do think we need a bit more fat of this, so I'm just gonna use the fat from the steak that I trimmed earlier to grease the griddle a bit more, and then I'll move these onions around. We're gonna let this melt and use its own fat to cook the steak. That makes it really good. And that way I don't have to bring a bottle of oil in here. So I always like to do that. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna wait for these onions. And I like to leave the steaks out for about 15 to 30 minutes to temper. So if it is more into room temperature, obviously it's cold where we are, but still okay. That will cook a bit more evenly, and it won't shrink as soon as I put it in the griddle. So we have a nice and even brown crust. I also have some paper towels in there in case I need to dry it up a little bit. The drier this is, the better the crust will be. Actually, I'm gonna move these onions here for a little bit. Get this side nice and seasoned with the fat. This onion will cook slow. I think I'm okay with cooking the steak on this side because it's not as hot as I thought it would be, honestly. So you leave this in here to cook a little slower. Then I'll do the steak here. So this is good. The grill is nice and well coated with this fat now. I'm going to pat dry the steak and add it in there because I want it to have a very crispy crust. So just with a paper towel, I heavily salted this with salt and pepper, and it's okay to pat it dry. You won't lose a lot of flavor doing that. But then I will add here, and then I'll pat dry the other side once I add to the grill. So when I flip it, that will be nice and dry too. So also, if you hold the steak down for a bit, it helps with that nice brown, even crust. So, looking good. Danny's also a great cook and grill master, but I tend to take over when I come here because I really miss cooking outside.
I'm the fire master.
Yeah, he actually is a good team. It's a good thing because he keeps the fire for me, and then I usually cook. But let's check how the steaks are going. A little bit more time. So those are not super thick steaks. We got them from a local butcher shop close to us here, and it's probably 3/4 of an inch. So it's gonna cook a little faster, both like medium rare. So we're just gonna wait for the nice sear, then I will flip it, let it rest. These onions are looking good. I was gonna have them not as caramelized, but I think I'm gonna leave them in here. What do you think? Just get it nice and brown.
Take them as far as they can go.
Yeah, put a bit more fat in there so they're gonna stick. And this griddle is very well seasoned. It's not gonna stick. When we got here, it was just hanging in the garage.
Hadn't been used in a couple years.
So we just put it in a really hot fire, made a really hot fire, put it in here. I seasoned with oil in a paper towel a few times, so that helps, it gets really hot. The pores open, you put the coating with the oil, it helps seasoning it. So obviously you can do it in the oven, but if you have a really hot fire like this, you can do it like that too. And we did it 3 times, I think, and it's already good to go. When we made the burgers, it was perfect.
Yeah, it was great.
I'm gonna flip it because I don't like it a lot in the super cooked side. That looks nice. Okay, almost ready. I'm gonna start getting some tortillas going over here. It would be better to put in here, but use it, and I'm very hungry, so I'm just gonna throw them around and be quick. I'm just gonna take it out because I don't want to overcook it. I hope I didn't overcook it because I'm gonna try to do something I've never done it. We're gonna cook some vegetables after this on these coals. I've been seeing lots of chefs doing that, cooking directly in the coals, so we're gonna do a little experiment for a little later. Maybe have the veggies cooked for tomorrow. I'm gonna trim some of this fat off. Sometimes it gets good. I think this one's a little bit too hard. There we go. Not too bad. And we're just gonna make our tacos. I wanna do the guacamole first. Okay. Then we got some steak. There's enough meat. Caramelized onions. Some hot sauce. This stuff is really good. If you guys haven't tried it in New York, you should look for it. It's delicious. Not too much because it's also really spicy. I'm gonna make sure I have it there. We don't have any salsa, so that's what we're using. And then topping off with some cilantro. And that's it. We have our tacos and we're going to enjoy it now. I'm good. Let's make some more. Alright, it's a bit later in the day and I'm going to do a little experiment in here. As I mentioned when we were making the tacos, and I want to roast some root vegetables right here on this bed of coals, the wood that we've been burning the whole day. I have some root vegetables that I got at the farmer's market here. And this is an experiment. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, but I'll show you regardless. Because it's something I always wanted to do. I've seen people doing this both ways. Either putting there and covering with the coals getting really hot, or even covering with a bowl, or just putting them in there and then turning around halfway. That's what I'm going to do because I don't have enough coals to do that. So I'm going to start with this onion here and then go ahead and put all of my other vegetables. This is pretty hot, so I don't want to talk too much. I'm just going to put them as quickly as I can. And it's gonna look like it's burning the skin, but that's what we want. Now I have this guy here, big burning squash. That's probably gonna take longer. It's alright. I've cooked squash like this before and it does work. It's the only thing. Everything else will be new. And then I have a radish, a few potatoes. Feels weird doing this, but I'm just so curious to see if it works. More beets. One more radish. I have some garlic in here too, but I think it's too hot for the garlic. I might throw garlic back there. So it's been about 7 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and turn them using these gloves. I'm gonna try to kind of bear them a little more. I smell the onions, honestly, more than everything. Oh, that looks good. And yeah, the onion feels soft. The beets, I'm gonna try to bear them a bit more because we're gonna lose sunlight soon, and I wanna get this in. Definitely steaming inside. Look at this. Looks great. I'm gonna break it a little bit. Those fire gloves are great. I don't feel anything. Wow, this gonna taste so good. I wanna make more of a home for it. Put some more coals on the edges. Oh, I can't believe I can stick my hands in the fire and not feel anything. That's great. So let's do that and wait. It's looking like it's gonna work. The garlic's completely burnt. Oh, maybe that's what I'm smelling, not the onions. It looks pretty good. So they're already feeling a little soft. Alright, here's how they're looking now. I decided to put some more coals on top of some of them to see if it would speed up a bit, and I'm going to test them up by poking them with a paring knife. If they're soft enough, they're ready. Oh, the potatoes are super soft. Amazing. Oh, I'm going to put in here already. Oop. All that steam coming out from it. Should be nice and smoky. Beets are ready too. Oh wow, amazing. Onions good. Radish is good. Yep, all cooked. Just the squash. I'm gonna leave a little longer. I'll turn it again to the squash. Let's take this all out. Fire gloves are great. We're definitely too big for my hand. I'm gonna make a little mound over it. I'm gonna leave this in here for a little longer. I'm gonna take this in. I'm gonna peel them and hopefully use it in some nice salads tomorrow. So it's the next day. We are going to have lunch by the lake today. It's nice and warm, and I'm going to make a salad with the roasted vegetables that I did on the fire last night. I have already peeled all of them. Now here I have the beets and the radishes. We actually already ate the potatoes, but we're gonna use this for the salad now, and I'm going to use the butternut squash to make dinner for us tonight. We're gonna have soup. So I'm gonna make a quick salad. I have some beautiful greens here from Campo Rosso Farm, some endives, and some nice chicory. I'm gonna start real quick here to just putting all these greens on the bottom of this plate, and we're going to build a salad up from there. I will slice the beets, and we also have some grapefruit slices that I'm gonna use. We have some bread and some other things to eat with this. But here's the nice, beautiful salad. I'm going to now cut this beets from yesterday. It's so tender. I tried one yesterday and tasted so good. So I'm just gonna cut a few wedges. And I really like golden beets. They're a lot milder in the flavor, but they taste really good, smoky. I'm gonna definitely be cooking like this again. This one is very little. I just cut this in quarters, and I'm going to just place them on top of this beautiful greens in here, and I'm gonna dress everything at the end. This is just one layer. So, oh, it looks so gorgeous. Then the radishes, this is the purple one. It got an interesting color, but I'm gonna use it anyway. The middle is still purple. I ate the pink one last night too to try, and it was good. When you roast radishes, it kind of loses a bit of its pungent flavor, so it's good roasted. I also have some halloumi cheese in here that we just grilled. This is maybe too much, but we add half of it. I'm gonna cut. Halloumi can be cooked. I didn't cook too much because we're kind of in a rush. We wanted to film this video here, but I just wanted to warm it up. It feels nice and warm, so that's good. I'll crumble it around. It's kind of salty, so this will also be great with feta or even blue cheese, to be honest. I love blue cheese in salads. So wow, that's really nice. Next up, I'm going to do these nice grapefruit wedges that I had. We bought a grapefruit, decided to use this for a salad, and I'm going to use the juice of it to actually make a dressing. I don't have a lot of things in here, so just that with olive oil would be nice. Okay, so for the dressing, this is the juice I put in this container. I'm gonna just add some olive oil to here. It's gonna look like a lot, but it's alright. And a little bit of parsley, and I'm gonna shake it all up. And radicchio is kind of bitter, or the chicory that I have here, so I'm gonna do this nice dressing to help out. I'm gonna put all of it, I don't mind. I think it's gonna taste good. Beautiful. Finish with a little bit more olive oil, because I always like to do a drizzle of olive oil in my salads. Salt and pepper, just taste. And a little bit more parsley. Wow, the geese is really growing over there. Alright, we have our nice salad here. We have a few other things to do in the grill, and we're going to enjoy our lunch. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you next time. I forgot the cheese on the fire. Some garlic butter. Oh, look at this. Look how nice this here looks. So good. It's gonna be done in 1 minute. It's super hot right now, but I don't want to take my jacket off at this moment. We're almost there. Alright, Danny, your turn. We're switching this because it's hard work. Danny, are you feeling hot too?
It's hot. I think it was Henry Ford who said, chop your own wood and it warms you twice.
So there's an eagle nest right next to the house, and she is resting there. You see it? We saw her flying around earlier. So gorgeous.